Hey, good day, folks. Uh, Welcome to Andrew's Life. I just want to give you guys a quick view of what my yard looks like right now, where I left off at. I'm gonna do some more work out here in attempts to clear this lot a little bit. Do something with it or whatever the case. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. I'm gonna show you guys what I have accomplished so far, for those of you that did not watch my last video. So I haven't gotten over here yet. I'm gonna most likely have to hire somebody to come out and cut this tree down, because sometime during the summer this tree got hit with lightning, and at the bottom it's already starting to break off. And it looks like, so yeah, I'm gonna have to hire somebody to cut this big tree down before it falls and causes significant damage. But for today, I'm gonna put my focus on this section of the yard, from the shed to probably this first tree is what my primary focus is going to be on today. So I'll catch you guys later with an update. All right, folks, I'm just going to give you guys an update real quick. Over here, I managed to disassemble the above ground pool that was buried underneath all this stuff. However, I'm gonna have to most likely cut it up and throw it in my pickup truck and take it to the dump, because that's gonna be the cheapest way for me to dispose of it. They don't have any services out here where I'm at where they can dispose of this for me at a price that I feel is reasonable. Even if I run a dumpster for this, I'm looking at $400. But I managed to at least disassemble it and fold it up. I'm most likely to cut it up at some point in order to dispose of it and get it off my yard. I managed to cut a few more trees down, small ones of course. And I got some more of this yard cleared up. Now I'm gonna leave a few trees for privacy purposes. Now, if you're wondering what this purple stuff is, I believe this is sand, and the sand has been sitting in this box for so long that, due to all the moisture and all the rain over the last few years or however the hell long this has been sitting, it turned purple, because all that sand was sitting in this container right here. So anyhow, I managed to clear my yard up to this tree right here. I cleared it up to the tree. And tomorrow I'm gonna come back out and I'm gonna get from this tree maybe to that larger tree. I'm gonna get all this tomorrow. Now it doesn't look like I have too much to do, in this section. Well, I got a couple of trees I'm gonna cut down, just a couple. I mean, some of these trees I might start leaving. I don't know. I'll figure that out as I go along. And again, I'm gonna leave some of the trees like towards the back for privacy, because come summertime when the leaves start to bloom and all these trees start to fill up again, it'll be good privacy for when I sit down and I want to do my videos. So that's all I got for my update. Talk to you guys later. So, how many of you want to leave the city and move out in the country? How many of you are tired of living somewhere where it seems like your neighbors are practically on top of you? You want a little bit of space, you want a little bit of privacy, you want some land. You don't mind doing a little bit of yard work. Perhaps some of you prefer to do some yard work. Perhaps you don't mind purchasing a fixer-upper that you can renovate, or you can pay some people to renovate the property for you. So whatever the case is, I got a couple of properties for you guys. I think you guys will like them. Now this first property is located, and both these properties are in the same, they're in the same community. Now this property is located on 161 East Pine Street, Falkville, Alabama. Now Falkville, Alabama is a small town. It's a small rural town in Morgan County, Alabama, which is located in northern Alabama. Now Falkville is about a half hour from Decatur, which I believe is going to be your closest city that you would go to for a lot of your amenities. In fact, let me look up the population of Falkville real quick. I forgot to do that. Let me do that real quick. Falkville, Alabama population. 1 second.
Falkville, Alabama had a population of 1,197 in the 2020 census. It was predominantly white, with 81.76% of the population identifying as such.
All right, well, I don't know how much of that you heard, but the population is a little under 1,200 people. It's 1,197 people, predominantly white. For those of you that care about that kind of stuff, just so you would know, the population, the white population is 81.76%. In fact, let's see here. See if I can pull up the racial demographics for those of you that are mindful of that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's see, let's see here. Give me 1 second here, people. All right, so Falkville from 2010 to 2020, Falkville has declined by 6.4%. The population in 2010 used to be 1,279 people. The population as of 2020 is 1,197 people. The town has lost 6.4% of its population. And the racial demographics are, well, actually, you got 91.6% white. You got 2% black, and you got 2.2% Hispanic. And Falkville is located in northern Alabama. It is about 40 minutes south of Huntsville, Alabama. And it is about a half hour. I want to say it's about maybe 25 minutes to a half hour or so south of Decatur, Alabama. So if you're looking to move to what is what would be the strongest economy in the state of Alabama, which is northern Alabama, and you're looking to be within an hour of Huntsville, Alabama, which Falkville is within an hour of Huntsville, Alabama, this house might be for you. Let's check it out. Okay, well, they don't show no interior pictures, so that indicates to me that this house is going to need a considerable amount of repairs. They only show exterior pics. Let's go back and see what they got to say about the property. Okay, it's minutes from Interstate 65. If you're willing to do the work, it does need work. If you're willing to do the work, it will be worth it in the long run. Rental income potential, perfect location. Let's talk. Okay, I ain't reading all that other stuff. Y'all can read it on your own. I'm just reading all of this off of Realtor.com. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's see what else. And I'm going to assume that it's on a slab foundation. Let me look at it real quick. Okay, 970 square feet. The house was built in 1946. You got public sewage. Your property taxes, and this may not be correct. It might be correct, it may not be correct. But your property taxes, according to Realtor.com, is $469 for the year. I mean, given that the house is in Falkville, that could be the right number. But as always, do your due diligence, just to make sure. But I got a feeling 469 for the year is most likely accurate. And they do not state whether the foundation is slab or whatever, but just by how the house sits, I'm going to assume that the foundation is slab, and the realtor took some crappy pictures. I hate when that happens, but it is what it is. Let's see what the street view looks like. Get myself out of the way here. Okay, well, you got close to an acre of land. I forgot to mention that. I believe you got 0.71 acres out here. You're out in the country. You got plenty of room between you and your next door neighbor. I mean, some of these properties are. See, you got a modular home next door, 2 doors down from you. Looks like you got a church. Well, yeah, it is a church. Okay, you got a church. Let's go back. Unfortunately, I cannot turn around uh, to the other side of the road, but this is what your house looks like. This is what the area looks like. Your other neighbor is over here. It appears to be a fairly clean and quiet area. I mean, if you wanted to build like a carport or a garage, you got plenty of room to do so. you wanted to add like a storage building or whatever, you got plenty of room for that as well. You got a little gravel driveway. And let's see, how much land do you get? Thought I saw it earlier. Let's see. Okay, your lot dimensions are 92 by 192.44 by 92 by 187.38. So plug those numbers into your calculator. I'm pretty sure that's going to equal 0.71 acres. So you do have a sizable lot there. Now, let me show you one more house. Let's see, where is it at? No, this house has got the 0.71 acres. The other house, if you plug in those numbers I read off earlier, and again, you can go back to realtor.com and check it out for yourself. The lots, it's a decent sized lot. I'll tell you that much. Let's look at the other house. Well, where is it at? Oh, there you go. Now, this house is also in Falkville. Now, this one, it does come on 0.71 acres. It's got a thousand. It's got 1,174 square feet, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. It's a little bigger than the last house I just showed you. Now, it appears that this house sits on a hill. Look, I think this house sits on the hill. That's where it looks there. Yeah, it sits on the hill. They got the foundation covered. And of course, when you look at these houses, do your due diligence and make sure that none of these houses are in a flood zone. And if you're able to, talk to the neighbors around you. Try to get some history about the houses if possible. And just make sure that these houses don't flood whenever it rains a lot. Again, this house needs work. They do not show no interior pics. And from my experience of looking at houses, that generally means that the house does need a considerable amount of repairs. So that's what it looks like. Let's look at the street view. Well, okay. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be much of a help because, this ain't going to do nothing for us. Yeah, let's get out of this. This ain't going to do nothing for us. But listen, most likely this house is going to be out in the country as well. Let's see. Welcome to this solid investment opportunity in the convenient. In a convenient location. This 3 bedroom, 1 bath is ready for you to start living in it. The floor plan features a functional bowl layout with spacious living area and good natural light. While the home needs a little TLC, it's priced to reflect the value and upside potential. Easy access to Highway 31 makes this property ideal for commuting. Don't miss out, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see here. And again, this is on realtor.com. And it's also in Falkville, the same area that the other house is located in. I just showed you a minute ago. This house is 58 years of age. The property taxes as of 2024 is $418 for the year. And there's a good chance that that number is accurate, but again, do your due diligence. Okay, the flood factor is minimal, which is good. But again, talk to neighbors if feasible, just to double check that. Now let's go back here. See what else I can find out here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, well, clearly the foundation is going to be a crawl space. I was trying. Okay, well, you got a septic tank. Now, you might have city water, because sometimes if you're close enough to town, you'll have city water, but you'll still have a septic tank. So the fact that you got a septic tank indicates that this property is going to be out in the country. I may not be like way out in the country. It might be just outside the city limits. So the fact that you have a septic tank, you're going to be outside the city. Most likely you're in the country. That's my assumption. Now, depending on how close you are to town, you may have city water, but you do have a septic. All right, folks. That's about all I got for you guys today. I thought I would show you a couple of houses in a region of Alabama where the economy is doing pretty well, to where you're within an hour of Huntsville. And if you need amenities that you may not find in Falkville, you can drive up into Decatur, or you can drive up into Huntsville. So hopefully you guys got something out of these videos. For those of you that want to live out in the country and you don't mind doing a little bit of fixing up with the yard as well as the property itself, here you go. Now, some of you might think that these prices are a little high, and I would say they are, but I would also tell you this. If you're wanting to live in northern Alabama, these are going to be your prices. Northern Alabama housing is going to be more expensive than the rest of the states. I mean, maybe with the exception of Baltimore County in Southwest Alabama, which is by the Gulf. Northern Alabama is going to be more expensive than the rest of Alabama because Northern Alabama has the largest economy in the states. Now I will say one thing. Now this house, just like the last house I showed you, they both been on the market for 44 days. It kind of makes me wonder that the same person who sell it, it kind of makes me wonder if the same person owns both of these houses. But whatever, that doesn't really make a difference. Anyways, both these houses have been on the market for 44 days. So I would say there's a good chance that you can go in at maybe $15,000 or so below what they're currently asking, and see what happens. If you're not desperate and you got the guts, maybe you can go 20 to 25,000 below asking and see what they say. But I would say if you purchase, now me personally, I kind of like this property a little better because it's not sitting on the ground like the other house is. I think the other house is a slab foundation. This house clearly has got a crawl space, which I like crawl spaces better than a slab. But I would say if you buy any of these two houses for the right price, you put the work into fixing up the properties, you make the yard look nice. At the end of the day, not only will you have your slice of Americana out in the country in good old Alabama, but you will also be within an hour of the largest economy in the state of Alabama, which is Huntsville. And you will only be a couple of hours or so from Nashville, which is the largest economy in the state of Tennessee. So that's all I got for you guys. Stay blessed.